these things. I'm Jason Martinez. Thank you everybody for coming out today. We appreciate it. Somehow I always seem to get nominated to do the speaking for the family. I don't understand why. I haven't shut up since I've been born. My son hasn't shut up since he's been born. And my daughters haven't either. So the tradition will continue. Just wanted to say a few things. You know, everybody here, we appreciate everybody coming. Obviously last night was a great night. A tribute to my dad, who we're gonna miss. We miss already. You know, it's funny because my dad had different names, which is weird, because when I went to his work with him as a kid, they called him Billy. You know, you guys called him Bill, William. They called him Willseye, which I don't know where that came from. But it's a bizarre name. And that he carried that name forever. He was dad, father, son, brother, and he was a great man.
You just fucked up.
I didn't realize it, and a lot of people here probably didn't either, until you have kids, kind of what happens to you. And when you have a kid, like the kid comes out and you hug them and you see them for the first time and you fall in love, and they have a list that comes with them. And it's things that you have to do, things that you have to teach them. And my dad did that. And he taught me and my brothers, all of you, some really important things. Sorry, I didn't want to be standing here. But the first thing he taught us was that nothing's given to you, and you have to work for everything. My dad did everything he could to work his butt off to get the things and give us a better life than he had. And to make my kids, me want to give them a better life. And this place is a prime example of that, because he didn't have this when he was a kid. He worked his butt off to get it. He wanted to golf, he wanted to go to the country club, he wanted to drive a nicer car. But he never wanted to give that to us. He said, if you want that, you gotta go get it. So he taught us the value of working for what we got, and the value of work ethic. And it's affected my family in different ways. Some of my brothers work harder than others, and I work harder than all of them. That's true, and they'll admit that. Not that means a lot right now, but it's true. He taught you the value of what it's like to work. You know, when I was in high school, my family was in a situation where I didn't need to work, but if I wanted to drive a car and drive to school instead of taking the big yellow bus, then I needed to work to get the car. It was simple. So I worked at the Stadium Grill, and I flipped cheeseburgers and cleaned dishes and did all those things, and I knew it made him proud that I did that. My brothers worked, we all worked, Dan worked, and we all always have. The other thing that he taught us was to put our kids in a better position and leave this place better than when you got here. That's an important thing, because like that list that you get when you're a kid, you want to make their life better than yours if that's possible. I don't know how that's going to be possible for us, because my dad was a great dad. I don't ever remember my parents fighting. I remember them bickering. And it's funny because my dad had a way, when he was annoyed with my mom or my mom was annoyed with him, he had a grunt. And his grunt said 1,000 words. It was just, And he could smirk when he did it. He could be fuming mad when he did it. But it was just, But he knew too that for him to be the best parent that he could be, that he couldn't be the heavy. He had my mom be the heavy. She was the dictator. He was the one that came home at dinner time, the knight in white shining armor, to save the day. But when he got mad, you knew you were in really big trouble. But you know, he taught us that to do everything you could to leave your mark on people, and he loved people. He loved everybody in this room. He loved to laugh. And he had a big one. And it bellowed in here many times. He loved to drink, he loved to dance, he loved to live. But the last thing, and the reason why
Ready, Mom.
was this. My mom always said, I love him so much, but I could never love him more than he loved me. It's true. He treats her so good. He taught all of us by doing that. To take care of women, to treat your wife, your girlfriends, or whoever it is, your mother, with the utmost respect. And I teach my kids that. A man who treats a woman well is a real man. He treated my mom like a queen. He called her queen. And he called her every day. And he still is now. And that's his legacy. He was a family man who loved his friends, loved everybody here. He was the life of the party. And just because he's gone doesn't mean the party's over. He wanted everybody to still live and have a good time. And that's what we're going to do in his honor. That's what we're doing here today. And we're going to remember him. And we're going to miss him. Thanks. Any of that.